I'm Linda Van Eldick. I'm the director of Sanders Brown Center on Aging and its Alzheimer's Disease Research Center. Sanders Brown Center on Aging was actually started back in 1972. It got its name because Colonel Sanders and John Y. Brown Jr. gave a $1 million donation. Back in those days, that was a lot of money to build the Sanders Brown building. That was matched by the state and the university. And so in 1979, we had the groundbreaking of the Sanders Brown building. Our focus is on healthy brain aging. We want to make sure that all of our efforts are focused on maintaining our brains for as long as possible and coming up with ways to reduce cognitive problems as we age.
I'm Dr. Greg Jica. I am the director of the clinical core of the Alzheimer's Disease Center and an associate director of Sanders Brown, focused on the clinical aspects of what we do. So if it deals with living people who are out there, whether they're normal in memory and thinking or whether they're developing the early stages of something like Alzheimer's disease, I'm overseeing all of that, trying to increase our capability to really care for all the citizens of the Commonwealth and many from surrounding states that don't have the resources we have here at the University of Kentucky.
The University of Kentucky's Alzheimer's Disease Research Center is a grant from the NIH, and it started in 1985. We were one of the first 10 ADRCs funded by the NIH. We're one of only 9 that has been continuously funded for 40 years or more.
And that brought in a wealth of resources, reputation, the ability to recruit major scientists and clinicians from across the nation and across the globe. And that's really led to developments in the field that have begun to truly understand. 40 years ago, when Sanders Brown was just starting and the Alzheimer's Disease Center was just being funded, we did not have a diagnosis for Alzheimer's disease. We didn't have diagnostic criteria. It was something you read about, something that wasn't part of your day in, day out world. And now we understand that that really is. We can see this in the folks that we run into in the grocery store, in the banks, at church, or on the university campus. Today, that program has grown, but the only one in Kentucky is the Sanders Brown Center.
It's very important that we have the Alzheimer's Disease Research Center here in Kentucky. The former director, Bill Marks-Berry, realized that if you want to know what Alzheimer's disease looks like in the brain, you have to know what a healthy brain looks like so that you can compare it. And so we began a longitudinal cohort back in the early 80s that we follow people. They come back every year. They're so dedicated. It's just amazing. We recruit people who don't have any memory or thinking problems, and then we follow them year by year. They donate their brains when they die, which is a tremendous gift. And then we can characterize what's happening in the brain.
My name is Pete Nelson. I'm an experimental neuropathologist. I perform autopsies for the clinical cohort here at Sanders Brown. I think that Sanders Brown produces the best research in dementia in the world. And so that is an amazing relationship because it enables us to serve the people of Kentucky, and then it enables a way for Kentuckians to serve the whole wide world. And it's a really amazing relationship that has grown over the years. It's a long-term, serious obligation between us and the community working together as a team to move the field of dementia research forward.
My name is Elizabeth Rodas. I'm an assistant professor at Sanders Brown Center on Aging. I'm also in the Department of Behavioral Science. In Kentucky, we have one of the largest brain banks, so donated brain tissue in the world. We're providing resources across the entire world to better understand Alzheimer's disease. Not only that, but we're leading state-of-the-art clinical trials to prevent and cure Alzheimer's disease from a medication standpoint. We're trying to bring new techniques to everyone throughout Kentucky and the Commonwealth, but using this as a platform to then change care across the continuum of disease throughout the country and the world.
Bill Marksberry was the only director before me, and so he basically started Sanders Brown Center on Aging back in 1972 with 3 faculty members and $150,000. And now we have over 40 faculty members, $28 million in grants, and I think he would be really pleased, not just because of the growth, but because of the major discoveries.
I think he'd be proud. He put his hard, strong work into it. He sort of got the ball rolling with his team. It wasn't just him, it was other people as well, but a group of Kentuckians that got together and they designed and developed and augmented this great team. And he'd be proud to see that it has flourished and gotten even better, even stronger over time.
If Bill is looking down on us, as I'm sure he is, he would have a one-word expression. Wow. Thank God you all have continued the efforts, doubled down on the efforts, and moved the center as far as I ever possibly dreamed it could go. And we're still moving in that direction. So, Bill, thank you.